In this video, you're going to learn how to create your own chord progressions. Welcome back to Butterfly Piano. I'm Ed, and this is Piano Improvising for Beginners. First of all, you know that a chord is when you play 3 or more notes at the same time. So this is a chord, that's a chord, and this is a chord, and this is a chord. So what is a chord progression? It's just a group of chords that are usually repeated throughout the song. A song will typically have different sections, like the verse, which is near the beginning, and then the chorus, which is the most famous part of the song that people remember the most. The verse usually has a different chord progression than the chorus. Let's look back to All of Me by John Legend. The chord progression in the verse near the beginning is A, F, C, G. This is repeated to form the verse, like this. A minor, F major, C major, and G major. In the chorus to All of Me, the progression is C, A, F, and G. These are the same chords but in a different order. So it's pretty important typically to have chords that are different for the verse compared to the chorus. Before I ask you to create your own 4 chord progressions, I want you to know the different options available to you. The most common chords to use when you play only the white keys in C major are C, G, A minor, and F. You already know this, but you can also choose E minor and D minor. Now, as far as the B chord, you can choose the B chord, but that's the least common chord available. And the B chord is actually a repeat of the G chord somewhat, because you have the G chord right here. Okay, thumb on G. But if you play the B chord, which is called diminished, it has 2 of the same notes as the G chord. So it's mostly a repeat. So generally I want you to avoid the B chord, the B diminished chord, when you're writing your own chord progressions. Again, the most common ones are C, the 1 chord, the 5 chord, the 6 chord, and the 4 chord. And the 2 other options are the 3 chord and the 2 chord. So those are the choices I want you to focus on. Usually there are 3 or 4 chords in a chord progression. There can be more or less, but we're going to focus on creating our own 4 chord progressions. Now watch me create my own 4 chord progression. I'm going to choose A minor, going up to C major, G, and F. When you repeat the chord progression 2 or 4 or 8 times, it automatically becomes a bigger section or even a whole song. That's how easy this really is. When you want to finish what you're doing, the best chords to end on are typically the C chord or the A minor chord. Listen to my chord progression now with my own rhythms. Notice that the chords change every 2 beats, like 1, 2, and then 3, 4, it changes again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice that I finished on the A minor chord to end it. This is actually the progression to Hello, which we'll cover in another video, so be sure to check that one out too. Another example of a 4-chord progression is C major, D minor, A minor, and F. Or it's called the 1 chord, up to the 2 chord, down to the 6, and finally down to the 4. 1, 2, 6, 4. This is the chord progression for a song you might have already heard by Beyonce called Halo. Listen to this one now. Notice this time that the chords are changing every 4 beats instead of every 2 beats. So this is something you can experiment in your own playing, changing the chords every 2 beats, every 4 beats, maybe every 3 beats, every 8 beats, whatever you want. You're the creator. So the chord progression is 1, 2, 3, 4, up to the D for 4 beats, A minor for 4 beats, and F for 4 beats. Remember not to play sometimes. The song is still going. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to create your own 4-chord progressions. First, take a piece of paper, write down 5 lines like this. These are called bar lines. These lines separate one bar from another. So between the bar lines, these are called bars. In this example, there are 4 bars here. In each bar, you typically count to 4 and then move on to the next bar. Write down 4 different chords, 1 in each bar. For example, C in the first bar, like we did earlier, D minor in the second bar, A minor in the third bar, F major in the 4th bar. I suggest you put on the metronome at a slow speed, and first just start off by playing the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Get comfortable with that, and then try different things. 1, 2, try different rhythms like this. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Play it many times over and over, going from chord to chord. You can also record yourself. This is a very useful tool to listen to yourself and improving. Tell us in the comment sections below which chord progression you like the most. In this video, you learned how to create your own chord progressions. Thank you so much for watching. If this has been useful, click on the like and subscribe, share this with your family and friends, and I'll see you in the next video.